Okay, stop, rewind and watch that again. That is a Plague Tale game. That. The franchise that taught you to hide under a cart and pray the rat didn't smell you just handed its hero a sword and said go nuts. 3 days pack, 3 days until Sofia is parrying an entire Minotaur cult with a Bronze Age light-bending death orb, and somehow that is not even the craziest thing about this game. There's a whole second timeline. There's Theseus, there's something in the dark that knows exactly where you are at all times. If you clicked on this thinking, it's just another Plague Tale. No, sit down. This is a full genre transplant wearing a familiar name, and by the end of this video, you're either going to be hyped or generally worried for this franchise. Let's go.
For too long, the doors of the island have resisted us. I know what we have lost, but this key is what we have bled for. It's time to honor their sacrifice. Time we open the gate to the Minotaur's treasure.
Alright, quick reset for anyone just wandering in. Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy is the third game in the series, but it's a prequel set 15 years before Requiem. You're not playing Amicia, you're not playing Hugo, you're playing Sofia. Remember her? A smuggler ally to the Derune siblings in Requiem, and this is her story before all of that. Developed by Asobo Studio, published by Focus Entertainment.
I'm not rotting in this place!
And here's the headline: it is not stealth first anymore. The game director straight up said, Resonance changes everything. After 7 years of the same 2 characters, the team wanted a full creative reset. So they kept the DNA, the Mikala, the dread, the constant feeling something is hunting you, but they bolted on real combat. Parries, counters, finisher moves. Sofia is built completely different. And honestly, that is a ballsy move for a franchise that's built its entire identity on you are a child, you cannot fight, you run and hide. So Pack, does swapping stealth for steal sound like a glow up or a betrayal?
That island, it was waiting for me. The call got louder, impossible to ignore.
This place sets the rules.
Now here's where it gets generally interesting, because this is not just new girl, new island. Sofia washes up on what everyone's calling Minotaur's Island, chasing the truth about her past and her connection to the Prima Mikala ancient history. A classic Plague Tale setup. Dark secret, bigger conspiracy, creeping supernatural horror underneath it all. But then Asobo throws in the twist, a dual timeline. You're not just playing Sofia in the Middle Ages, you are also dropped into an ancient Minoan period, playing through echoes of what happened on this island thousands of years earlier. And it's not flavor text. Action in that timeline directly shape what Sofia deals with in the present. There's even a connection to Theseus. Yes, that Theseus, tangled right into the story. To help piece it all together, Sofia's got a sphere that manipulates light, tied into the mechanisms literally built into the island itself. So you are solving light puzzles while something ancient and horrible is stalking you through a maze. If that doesn't scream labyrinth to you, I don't know what does. And that something is stalking you line, not a throwaway. Early Impressions describes a presence that follows you through the island's depth, like it knows your every move. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's giving that It from Requiem energy all the way. A different skin, but the same dread.
Was any of this in your vision?
I have to end this before this place claims me. Even the dead are back.
Let's talk mechanics, because this is the part that's gonna make or break it for a long-time fan. Sofia is a full melee fighter now. Parries, timed counters, brutal finishing strikes. Asobo's own words, dynamic and violent. Stealth is still in there as an optional route, but it's not the default anymore. It's a choice. There are skill trees too. resonance points earned from combat and exploration spent on upgrades, and apparently there are 7 missable swords hidden around the island, each with its own perk, so completionists, that's your side quest sorted. Exploration wise, expect that familiar Plague Tale rhythm, combat encounters, exploration beat, puzzle room, story moment, repeat. Except now it winds through the labyrinth instead of plague-ridden French countrysides.
It's always been there, and we've awakened it.
And here's the detail I actually love. The team wrote key story beats to play out in real time during gameplay instead of cutting to a cutscene every single time something big happens. The writer called it writing with the controller in hand, so expect the story to hit you mid-fight, not just in between fights. Oh, and the length, focus, entertainment's own frequently asked questions put it roughly 20 hours to finish. That's not a short game. That is officially the longest entry in this franchise so far.
What do you want from me? I'll die if I stay here. This island has consumed you! Why?
So logistics, just in case people jumped straight to this bit of the video. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy launches August the 27th, 2026, simultaneously on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PC through Steam and Epic Games Store. UK unlock time is 5 PM BST on the 27th, so plan your evening accordingly pack. It's a day one Xbox Game Pass title too, and it supports Xbox Play Anywhere, so your save carries across console and PC. Preload opens 48 hours early on PlayStation and Xbox. Steam and Epic let you install ahead of the time on PC as well. Just know it wants 75 gigabytes of storage and an SSD is mandatory across every single platform. No mechanical drives are allowed. The streaming will just not keep up. Now, pricing. The PlayStation 5 Standard Edition is currently listed around £42.95 on pre-order, and physical retailers are sitting at the same ballpark. Pre-order and get a heritage pack free. That's a sword, a pendant and a digital art book. There is a collector's edition floating around too. Steelbook, a Sofia and Theseus statue, art prints, but heads up, that one does not include the actual game and shipping is delayed until later in the year, so don't get caught out there. Also worth flagging, this one's rated for mature audiences. And it's time for my honest read. A Plague Tale built its entire reputation on being the game where you're powerless, where hiding under a cart from a wall of rats was more terrifying than any boss fight. Resonance is betting the fans will follow it into full combat without losing what made the series special. And based on everything out there, the dual timeline, the light puzzles, the stalking horror element still very much present, I don't think the developers forgot what made this franchise hit. They just gave Sofia the tools Amicia never had. Whether that land is going to come down to one thing. Does the horror dread survive the shift to action? That is the thing I'm watching for on day one. That's everything confirmed on Resonance A Plague Tale Legacy. Release times, story, what's it's actually going to cost you. August the 27th pack, mark it. Let me know down below, are you going in stealthy or full combat from minute one? Smash that like button if this saves you any time researching this. Subscribe if you want to be across any more games coming up, and I'll see you in the next one.